Zoodio, 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 Zoodio.
Let's find the colors. It's hide and seek time. Oh, what fun! Ready or not? Here I come! Find Perry Penguin. He is blue. That's a hat. Try again. Here he is. Peekaboo. Find Fiona Fox. She is red. She's not in here. She's not in the cupboard. Here she is, under the bed. Find Terry Turtle. He is green. He's not in the piano. He's not in here. Here he is, in the karaoke machine. Find Dougal Dog. He is yellow. Try again. He's not in the oven. Here he is, eating Jell-O. Find Ruby Rabbit. She is purple. Try again. She isn't in here. Here she is, jumping a hurdle. Find Tyson Tiger. He is orange. He's not in the fruit bowl. Try again. Here he is, eating porridge. Find Pete Peacock with his rainbow tail. He's not out here. Try again. He's not out here. Here he is, behind the whale. We found them all. Now count to 10. Let's play hide and seek again. Can you name all the colors? Perry, blue. Fiona, red. Dougal, yellow. Terry, green. Ruby, purple. Tyson, orange. Pete, rainbow. Let's find the animals. Sebastian's on safari. I wonder what he'll see. There's something moving in the grass. What could it be? Elephant. Zebra. Lion. Deep in the jungle taking selfies for his friend. Can you see them hiding? Which animals does he send? Monkey. Jaguar. Toucan. Sebastian's at the beach taking photos under the sea. He feels something strange. What's tickling his knee? Seahorse. Octopus. Crab. Sebastian's in the desert examining the sand. He spots something tiny. What lives in this dry land? Scorpion. Gecko. Ant. Sebastian's getting busy feeding animals on a farm. Which ones do you think might live in this red barn? Cow. Pig. Sheep. In a big hot air balloon above the Arctic snow, looking through a telescope. What's he spotted? Do you know? Narwhal. Polar bear. Seal. Walking through a museum of ancient history, Sebastian sees some dinosaurs. Which bones could these be? Pterodactyl. Stegosaurus. Tyrannosaurus rex. In a little submarine below the ocean's deep, looking out the portholes, what sea life can you peek? Shark, jellyfish, whale. Night vision goggles help Sebastian see in the dark. Some animals are nocturnal. Which ones live in this park? Bat, owl, possum. What a wild adventure! I think it's time for a nap. Let's look at all the animals on this big world map. Let's discover emotions. Peng Panda makes a sandcastle. It takes her half the day. A big wave crashes on the shore and washes it away. Peng feels sad. Peng wipes away her tears and has a little think. She makes one with a moat. This time it doesn't sink. Now Peng feels happy. Love Lion is finger painting. It's a cute teddy bear. But Dougal bumps the table. Paint splatters everywhere. Love feels angry. Love Lion stops. He takes a breath and lets his anger go. He wipes the paint across the page. Now it's a rainbow. Love feels proud. Ciara's at a party, while Ollie gets a bear. Ciara is not happy. She thinks it isn't fair. Ciara feels jealous. But Ciara Cat remembers. It's Ollie's special day. She claps her hands for him, and they both sit down to play. Now Ciara feels excited. Chloe Cow climbs into bed and switches off the light when a tapping on the window gives Chloe such a fright. Chloe feels scared. She switches on the lamp and has a chuckle when she sees it's just a tree branch tapping on the window in the breeze. Now Chloe feels relieved. It's a hot summer's day, so George buys himself a treat. Hope Hedgehog's feeling sad because she also wants to eat. But George is hiding something. Hope doesn't realize George brought 2 ice creams. What a nice surprise! Hope feels grateful. How are you feeling? Let's count 1, 2, 3. Dougal falls asleep on a log and dreams he is a daring stunt dog. Giving his pedals a few gentle pushes, Dougal hops over how many rose bushes? 1 rose bush. Dougal lets go of his handlebars as he jumps over how many cars? 2 cars. He doesn't even break a sweat as he jumps over how many jumbo jets? 3 jumbo jets. Dougal causes a great deal of havoc as he jumps right over how many paddocks? 4 paddocks. He wants to jump even higher still, so he sails right over how many windmills? 5 windmills. Dougal feels the cool air on his cheeks as he jumps over how many mountain peaks? 6 mountain peaks. Dougal gives a bird a fright as he flies past how many ducks in flight? 7 ducks. He makes the news and is watched by large crowds as he races and jumps over how many clouds? 8 clouds. He pedals hard and holds on tight as he jumps over how many satellites? 9 satellites. He exits Earth's orbit and shoots past Mars, then rockets right over how many stars? 10 stars! He tumbles back down and starts to scream. Then Dougal wakes up and remembers his dream. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's find the ABCs. We're going somewhere special. Where could it be? Can you spy 3 things that start with A, B, and C? A. Apple. B. Bird. C. Cloud. Driving through the city, waving to a chef. Can you find 3 things that start with D, E, and F? D. Dog. E. Egg. F. Flowers. Stopping for a snack. There are lots of treats to try. Let's buy 3 things that start with G, H, and I. G. Grapes. H. Hat. I. Ice cream. Winding down the window, I love the ocean smell. Can you see 3 things that start with J, K, and L? J. Juice. K. Kite. L. Lighthouse. Driving up the mountain, up and up we go. Can you spot 3 things that start with M, N, and O? M. Mouse. N. Nest. O. Owl. At the mountain lookout, I can see so far. Can you find 3 things that start with P, Q, and R? P. Picnic. Q. Quail. R. Rainbow. Coming down the mountain, what a stunning view! Look and find 3 things that start with S, T, and U. S. Sheep. T. Tent. U. Umbrella. Driving through a market, slowly passing by. Find 4 things that start with V, W, X, and Y. V. Van. W. Watermelon. X. Xylophone. Y. Yo-yo. We're finally here. What a fun ride. Open the gate. What starts with Z inside? Z. Zebra at the zoo. Our journey went from A to Z. There was so much to see. Look back at what we saw and say the alphabet with me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Now it's your turn to play.
Yeah.
Download Zoodio.
Zoodio, 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 Zoodio.